Hello, welcome back.
No, don't do it for him.
All right, I won't do it
This
for
is
him.
Dan's job. He's the host of the show this week. He's decided to actually join us on the dance
Hello.
squad.
I didn't realise we were going live. Just chilling on the
Everyone else
couch,
did.
listening to a podcast, just minding my own business. But hello, ladies and gents, welcome. It is ECS Week 3. It is, of course, semi-finals day. Today we're going to find out who is going to be playing in the grand finals. And I don't want to get ahead of myself and start throwing team names out there because it is the start of the show, the top of the show. So let's look at the format, remind you guys how it all goes down here at ECS Season 7. Single elimination best of 3 bracket. That is the name of the game. It is cool because we get to develop storylines and follow, all the teams' journeys over the course of the week, which is a nice new take in a way to do an online season, which I think it's more fun. It's more fun than just having some points here, some points there. It's great. And this, though, is going to be the last week in which a team will be able to qualify straight to the LAN finals by placing first. Now, all the other teams in the following weeks who haven't, who are still trying to vie for that spot, they're going to have to do so by accumulating the most monies. You do get money for your placements. And with all that said, let's just check out the bracket and see where things land now on day 3. We've played out all the quarterfinals. We did one semi-final yesterday. James, you joined us actually at the arse end of yesterday.
Okay.
In the Fury Luminosity match, so you got to see how that one panned out.
I did, yeah. It was nice to come and join the squad fresh off the plane. I say fresh, there's nothing fresh about coming off a 10-hour flight.
No, not really.
Unless you got Listerine, which I did actually. But there we go. So Furia, Furia almost lost that match, I feel like, and that would have been quite disastrous, I think, in everyone's opinion, apart from Luminosity, of course. But there they are, waiting in the final for the likes of INTZ or Cloud9.
I think we've got Cloud9 looking like perhaps one of the favourites you'd imagine. But that said, it's going to be very much a new look Cloud9, and they of course are the match we'll be seeing today against INTZ, a new look Cloud9. They've had many different looks, constantly a new look Cloud9. But first, should we speak a little bit about INTZ?
I guess King Vito, he hasn't been having too much. We saw his team play.
Having too much what?
Oh, he wasn't having too much impact as other players were on the team. There are sports and stuff, and I don't know, against Cloud9, I don't know how they can stack up. I haven't actually seen the new Cloud9 under Cajun B, but I've seen some of the scorelines, seen how they're playing, at least on the stat-wise. Cajun B seems like he's not bottom fragging, he's top fragging.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there should necessarily be an expectation for Cajun B. I think he got a bad rep towards after the peak of his career to date. I think the downward slope is where he was doing a lot of sniping for the team, which I don't think was the most fitting role for him. So I think people remember that a lot, and he doesn't get credit at the moment for his rifling. So he shouldn't be considered a weakest link. I guess he doesn't have like the brand power, but as long as he delivers on the server, then that's what's pretty important. I think we saw some of Cloud9 in the first 2 weeks of ECS, but again, it's just so early. Like the doors just been spinning, revolving doors been spinning for so long. I feel like we're still in a period where we're just waiting for everything to settle to see what identity they're going to have. Because I don't even know really when was the last time you could point out a particular, say, identity of a team, because you had Golden there for a while, things were looking good, then he is sick for a while, then Flusher's there, and I feel like you were kind of heading towards that with Flusher, but then he disappears, and he's not the only guy to disappear again, so the team is gutted repeatedly. It's a very unusual situation, especially considering the brand. I would say they are the North American team. More than Team Liquid, yeah.
I would think so.
Yeah, but so to have a team of that caliber have the kind of turbulence that you would see is a different level in terms of the players coming in and out, but it's the same thing that you see from like a Space Station or an E-United, which is really weird to consider with a brand like Cloud9 to have that kind of instability. But sometimes you have difficult times, I suppose, and props to them for they're trying to
have to rebuild.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been doing that. It's been turbulent, but
yeah, that's like one of the biggest problems of Cloud9 of last year is roster problems. You're talking about Flusha, Keo coming in and out, Golden going in and out, and now they're back. And on paper, you look at this roster and you see Cajun B, you see Vice, and some people like, why? But I mean, if you can make it work, you work together. I mean, they could be a successful team. because they do have Rambo as coach, and he's an old 1.6 player. I've known him for over a decade, and he has the capability to set the team up to where they can find success. So I'm interested to see what kind of stress he'll bring to the table. And
well, let's look at the maps he has to work with. Got the Veto coming up right now, and you can see INTZ on the side, on the left side, and Cloud9 on the right. A ban of Inferno, ban of Cash. We get Train for INTZ and Overpass for Cloud9. And we will land on Mirage if it's required for a final finishing map to this series. And this will move us now into our predictions. I think it's a really weird one to predict, but I have to go with Cloud9 just because INTZ still, for me, feel like kind of a fresh team that have work to do.
I think they both have work to do, but for me, I think that Cloud9, with the players they have, I think that what we've seen is that I think we can expect them to be better at solving problems, essentially, and I think that's something that INTZ will struggle with in comparison, and they have in the matches we've seen of them. So for that reason, I'm picking Cloud9, because they're both kind of in unstable positions at the moment, but I think Cloud9, again, that just have more tools to solve issues in the short term and come out with a W than INTZ do.
Well, I haven't seen much of Cloud9, as I said earlier, but INTZ, we saw them play against ATK the other day, and their T side wasn't there at all. They have a strong CT side, kind of working together, but T side looked completely clueless. So unless they figure something out within a day or two, even against looks like Cloud9, big names, and I just can't see them beating Cloud9 in this series. So I'm going to pick Cloud9.
Sliggy.
I'm going with INTZ. I think Cloud9 are just too fresh.
Ooh.
Ooh. Wow.
Sliggy going with risky picks today.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. He thinks they're too fresh. I mean, it's gonna be very interesting to find out. Now, obviously, we should get to the predictions next. For the Pinnacle predictions, and you can see that it is indeed sort of weighted. It's actually not as landslidey as I would think, based off of just brand recognition.
Yeah,
I feel like that would be a big deal here.
Yeah, I can see what Connor was saying, and maybe that's why you have that chunk for INTZ. But I just think, like, I don't know if it's a regional style or something, but I just feel like while it might be messy, I think that Cloud9 could still put more together than I would expect INTZ to, at least on like a T side, for example. So
I was just thinking of your shirt, and it's like, just casually, I'm like, it's just there all the time.
Yeah, man.
All my friends are dead.
We're dead.
Just like, it's a bit.
You got 6 hours of this today, Dan. So we're halfway there. We're halfway there.
So we're either dead or not his friends.
It is a wrestling T-shirt though, so some of you, the wrestling guys will know what this. They'll recognize it.
Or if you're a fan
the other
of
guys, the majority of the guys will just think I'm crazy, which is fine.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's okay to be a little crazy.
You know what? We've gone through the predictions, so it's time to check out the odds.
We just did that. We literally just did that.
No, that was the fan vote.
Ah, okay.
That's the fan vote. See, these are the odds.
Okay. I tried to catch him out, guys. Okay, he deserved it because we went live and he wasn't even in the room. So.
Oh, we had these odds up earlier? Okay, well, we're seeing them.
No, we did have them odds. Oh, does it transition? It transitions. Okay.
Ah, okay. Well,
percentage.
Yeah,
I was
looking
right.
at your
T-shirt. I didn't realize I was right, but I was right. So I'll take that victory.
Okay, James, get that box, put it on here, open it. Let's find out. Let's find what's going on.
What's in the box?
Okay. Part off cam.
No one knows what's in this.
I know what's
on
in
set, Ellie. You do?
I took a peek earlier.
Oh, you had a peek.
Okay.
Yesterday, because I just saw it. I was curious.
Got some kind of lock. I wanted an abacus. Now we've got one for the
bead arithmetic.
For the economy. This is sick.
Bead arithmetic.
Instructions not readable in our language. I don't know what it says.
It's a Chinese abacus. As opposed to what? A different kind of abacus?
Isn't that Japanese?
It's Chinese, man.
Oh, it's Chinese.
Bloody
okay,
hell.
I'm sorry. I'm uncultured. I apologize.
Actually looks like kanji. I don't know.
Hey, I was going to say, this is very...
God, you guys are so uncultured. It's ridiculous.
Well, you just read Chinese. It says Chinese on the manual. You just don't act like you're better than us. Okay.
The entire thing is red. It's got dragons on it. It's Chinese.
Okay, that's a good point.
Okay, well, we get Cloud9 going straight into the B-bomb side, the classic, and see what they can do here. And you know what, like... roster type, it's turbulence or not with Cloud9, they have a lot of quality on their team. They really do. You know, the core of Russian automatic is a strong one. The A stop.
It's crazy to think about it. A 2-man core, basically.
Yeah, effectively, yeah.
Like, that's madness, isn't it? And, well, they may be getting off to a good start here on the pistol round. We're in a 4 versus 1 situation. Yell has no Kevlar, so he doesn't have so much to lose in this situation. But what he does have will be lost. And there we go. Cloud9 win the pistol round, so...
Simple inside take. It works. Sometimes keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah, I honestly... I do favour Cloud9 for this. I think both sides have issues, but again, I really do think that. Like, I don't know what. It must be a cultural thing. I don't know. But I just feel like Cloud9 will put more together in a short term.
Probably have to think about how they practice and whatnot. Cloud9 is probably a lot easier to get those high tier 1 scrims.
Yeah.
Other than INTZ, who time zone may be a little different. You're in Brazil, you're probably playing more against Brazilian teams in general, and so that could go for a little factor.
Speaking of core, we said the core of Cloud9 is essentially Russian automatic because we're going back to like a year or more
Boston
ago.
Major.
Over
Yeah,
a year.
exactly. But I wonder, at what point do you consider Golden part of the core, for example? Because I think for the most part, a European player and a North American team, especially because of almost the reputation that Danish players are giving the Europeans, decimating a number of teams in North America. Outside of like Def, who's been on complexity forever, like you would consider him part of the core. But I don't really know how often you'll identify a European as part of a North American core.
I think just time.
They went with such a new look from Golden because he was away for ages.
Yeah.
And he was such a leader of the team as well that the team just changed. I don't know. I feel like I can't count him personally.
Yeah, I think he's been away too long, and so he has to maybe play again. For I'd say like 6 months. To be considered a core, at least 6 months. Continue playing with the team.
Lovely air strafing there from Cajun B. Averts disaster, potential disaster. 2 scouts, it's time to save for INTZ. Ooh, jumping no less. Kianje, let's go. We love to see it. I want to see him have some more success. I don't care about social media nonsense and, saying inappropriate things, this and that. I just want to see people play Counter-Strike.
People are hypocrites.
It makes me sad that MIBR wanted to pick him up and weren't able to because their owner's like, I'm never going to pick this guy up. I don't see the value in saying never.
Doesn't
things
he have
like that? It's not necessary, but just kind of put yourself in a corner and screw your team over.
Doesn't he have? Isn't it Kianji that has extreme visa issues as well?
Yes, he does have a lot of visa issues.
Because of it was that he was being paid by a team and said that he was being paid by a team, but didn't have the correct paperwork or something like that, and now like gets flagged up every time or something like that.
It's not.
I don't know if that was Kianji, but it's like I know it's one of the Brazilian players.
Don't lie on your passport and visas, guys.
And so that's also like a very big problem if you want to be on.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. I don't want to do Chinese whispers.
Yeah, no, this is something I read on HRTV not too long ago.
That's a reliable source.
On an article, yeah, obviously on a front page article, yes.
Just checking.
Yeah. Either way, 4 versus 4. Cloud9 bursting out into the A yards and just trying to bully INTZ. They don't really have the guns. The equipment is not there. It's kind of cool seeing Ye on this team. Just you know what? It's just cool seeing Ye playing because I think Ye Star is awesome.
And Rambo used to coach Ye, who's the coach of Cloud9. So this would be interesting. See if he has any pointers on how Ye
Ye's
might
on this
play.
team. What?
Yeah. So it's been like the last week or so. He's been playing for INTZ. He was filling in for Cello, but I can't remember why he filled in for Cello.
So does he speak Portuguese?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Chances are low.
But yeah, it is a very random, odd pickup. But
the thing is, like, it's interesting because if he can communicate with them properly, I feel it's weird, but I feel like, especially for this particular team, or say a Luminosity, I feel like somebody from outside of their comfort zone of Brazilian players might actually help make a difference in their team, which they seem to be missing with their normal roster. Like if you look at Luminosity for the longest time, we've seen them I would say underachieving or not really breaking through that glass ceiling, which seems to be reinforced with them. With INTZ, the matches we've seen of them so far, we've seen a lot that's been underwhelming on the T side. So clearly within the normal roster, they're missing something. But I feel like somebody from a different culture of Counter-Strike might help them break their own habits, which might be causing them issues. But again, if they can't communicate, then that's obviously a problem. So, but that's where, I don't know, like how much these players of INTZ play FPL, if any of them are in FPL, for example, because that will help with the English, with Counter-Strike English, if you will. So I think those things are very important in the current climate of CSGO, especially for international players, like non-English speaking players, let's say. So there's a lot of asterisks there.
Yeah.
You know?
It is always a very interesting point. Comms are very, very important in this game. You know, 1 millisecond, 1 second too late could be death, but automatics can go for the run boost Ivy. Does not get spotted out. We have an offhanger here by Yell and Yaster. Saw Ye play Ivy the other day, and he did a pretty good lockdown job, get multi kills, and just being a nuisance in this area.
I do miss the Boston Cloud9. I miss that team a lot. I really miss that team.
I think a lot of people might share the same.
It's the darkest timeline. It really is the darkest timeline. Actually worthy of the phrase. All right, we have a Jack in the Box. It's an opening frag for Cloud9, who have 4 players already. Jump peek from KNG's got some information. How many times does he want to go back to the well? Trying to make a play on the spools would surely be suicide. Oh, that's a KNG taken out, and there's a lot to do with the AUG. It's not going to happen. 2 versus 3. Yo, that's just about gorgeous for him. Takes out Golden before he can move any further. And this might just be on.
It's not looking too bad now. He's trying to pace out a shot using the barrel of the gun. And actually it attracts so much attention that automatic will go down. Rush dropping down, and he will fall also. Nicely done by INTZ on the retake. They'll pick it up. They'll get they'll be able to carry 2 AWPs through onto the next round, which is a great boon to their economy or their general financial situation, because otherwise it would not be looking too great.
So Cloud9 knows that they have 2 AWPs. This round coming around, Cloud9, I used to watch these guys a lot, the older rosters, and they love taking outside fast in this map. A lot of explosive play. So I'm wondering if they see the 2 AWPs, if they have the spawn, will they do an outside rush with a bunch of utilities, smokes, and just really just put the offers in weird spots where they have to play super passive or be like push beyond the smokes, and which puts them in bad spots. So they do not opt to go for this inside, but maybe more of a safer play.
Automatic's got glass cannon AWP here as well, so that might be part of the story there also, in just choosing to go a bit slower. Really looking to see if someone will peek upper, but you can see that INTZ playing 4 on the AR to begin with. They've given up Pop Dog and T-Con control though, not even a CT towards E-Box. So it would be pretty, I wouldn't say free, but it would be easy for them to get down to Pop and T-Con and get out into the A-bomb site, but they can't know that. Cloud9 looking to run a set piece onto the B-bomb site. And this might work quite well actually, just a bunch of nades being thrown. The incendiaries are key. They've both been expended, and now Cloud9 decide to go in after those have fallen away. Zand, good damage there from the back of the bomb train. Finally a response, but Kianji has a response as well.
Lack of flashbang from Cloud9 really enabled INTZ to get these alt picks and AUG pickoffs with minimal effort. Cloud9, if you can do the set piece, you have to follow with a couple more flashes behind it as you're executing out in the bomb site.
10 bullets and 3 players to find. INTZ moving really damn slow. That's a huge headshot though from Destiny with a crouch peek with a firm ass. And he'll get an upgrade 2 and all, at the very least. AWP for Destiny. 2 AWPs will be going into the next round for INTZ. Their second round on the board, closing the gap pretty quickly. It was 3 including pistol for Cloud9. It's been 2 diffuses in a row, so Cloud9 are having a certain level of success, but that might come to a halt as they have an average of $3,000 per person in this round.
One thing to also note on INTZ on their holding inside, they threw 2 Molotovs relatively quick timing, which means that there's obviously 2 people inside. Cloud9, knowing this, still didn't put as much utility as I thought they would. You know, knowing at least 2 people's inside, you want to keep chucking flash. You want to maybe smoke out lanes and just keep, you know, a little more cover.
Not too much to achieve here. I like that orc skin. It's nice. Little arrows.
Oh my goodness,
Needs
that nade. That just ruins it.
That's like on your bicycle, you lose grip on your tires and you bail straight into a nettle bush. It's painful. You live in regret.
Killing the bomb plant though is great.
Yep.
Automatic can just be really sneaky. You can just give up the defuse here and try. He's going to go for a flank, which is actually really smart because, I mean, it's unlikely he's going to get anything no matter what he does. He has a Glock, which against a full HP player can take 3 headshots. I think it does take 3 headshots, right?
Depends on the distance.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he makes it there in time. Ooh, 10-second defuse, of course. The only person without defuse kit defusing.
Yes. Nice.
Oh,
Ooh.
he's gonna. Oh no! Denied. He's got nothing to lose. Why is he running away? He's only got a Glock.
That's hilarious. It just disappears.
Why is he leaving?
He wants a P2 fitty.
I feel like.
I like the response. Very appropriate for that.
I'm sometimes a fan of like denying kills if you know if you can.
I'm not a fan of that one.
Just because I don't know.
It's not like they had like SMGs.
No, I know, but just
$300,
like I just like it the way like a team doesn't they don't feel like they're annihilating me. Does that
Maybe
make sense?
Also, a confidence thing.
Yeah.
You give a certain person a kill, it builds their confidence just a little bit. You know?
That I can understand, sure.
And also for yourself, sometimes it feels like you feel like you're having a better game if you're dying less, and you feel like you made a play and it didn't go badly, and it's an interesting one. I think, you know, definitely different for different people.
Different strokes.
So you're in your own head then.
What's that? Depends. I mean, like sometimes, you know, if you might be a bit OCD in the way that you play the game, and it might be the case that you just want to sort of take fights you feel like you can win and minimize your opponent's opportunity to get kills on you. Some general habits. Either way, it doesn't really matter. Big Ivy pressure coming in from Cloud9. They're going to take this. They may not finish Ivy by sending all 3 through to the bomb site from there, but they will try to take control. That's brilliant, though. Yell needs to make good of this, but this is very difficult. Flash comes in. Yell not punished because they go through the smokes. T and Kianji's right in position, but Yell will finally go down, and now Kianji has a lot of work to do.
Even more work now. Destiny's been picked off. Never mind. There'll be no work. They're off the clock. Sand. I don't know if he jumped on those stairs if he gave a sound cue away, but he's not winning this round. That is for sure. Lovely pair of gloves, though. Definitely go with that AK on the T side, whatever, as opposed to the AK on the C2 side. Whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. I have it.
I have it too.
Yeah.
Called like digital.
Neon Rider.
Neon Rider.
Yes,
there you go.
Neon Rider. Marvelous.
Has like that Daft Punk looking guy on there.
Yeah. Dudesofhelmets.com.
Don't go there.
Don't
go there.
It's not worth the risk. If you don't know if it exists, but if it does exist, it's not the site you want to go to. Moving swiftly on. Oh, he was maybe distracted by something. I feel like he was a bit slow on the mark there.
Rush waited for the bomb to go off so that his stepping would be obscured by the bomb explosion, I think. I think that's why.
Sound cues.
Yeah.
Well, that one kill from KNG looked really smooth, but the rest was brutality. Cloud9 in the lead once again, and well, INTZ are not a million miles away from a bye, so there's that. Yeah, Destiny will have, and he could buy an AWP in the next round if he wants to, as can Yell, who's the main guy of the AWP. It's a great start from Vice. I don't know enough about Vice yet as a player. I feel like
he was playing like a more of a kind of a support role for Rogue-ish, like second person and third person sometimes, and during the end of Rogue, he was doing pretty well. He was very consistent and holding his own. So kind of an unknown player coming up in the, well, not unknown to us or to me, but you know, maybe a foreigner. Because it's pretty recently new that, you know, he's been getting up and up and up. And
I think Blast Miami was one of his first big lands, if not was it the first one?
No idea.
Either way, I remember, you know, there was a comment from Vice because the Cloud9 played Astralis like fairly early on, and it was on Inferno, and he's just like, I've never ever experienced this in all my time playing Counter-Strike, playing against a team that can do the things that they do, and just like he just felt so dominated. It just every round he starts with like 40 HP, just before he's seen anyone every round, you know. So you know, definitely a player that needs to get experience still against the top level. And
his career's ahead of him.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know how old he is, but absolutely. I think that age doesn't matter. I think people overemphasize age. I think it's more about how smart you are and your approach,
dedication, and the hunger,
and then how hungry you are for it.
I think people are still looking at parallels from sports like soccer, for example. Oh, you're this age. You should be surely considering retiring. It's just like, it's just autopilot. There isn't really a brain functioning behind those questions, in my opinion.
It is interesting, actually. For example, I mean, it's very rare that you have like LeBron on the podcast, but he did one with Tim Ferriss. But I'll go back to that in a moment. We do have the push through to T-Con, and we'll see Kianji holding it down in a pretty poor position. He's surely going to get one, but the flashes come in to deny him. Good work there from Cloud9. What a coordination. They hit that split timing really well between Ivy and T-Con. They get the flashes in the right places, really making life difficult here for INTZ. Destiny on the bomb train, doing what he can, but it's too difficult. 19 HP, not enough. And Zan will get taken down as well. So that was just great timing. Good team play, good coordination.
Good timing, good flashes. Those flashes over the T wall really moved K and G in a weird spot. Eventually getting run over. And Cajun B with another 4-kill round. This Cajun showing he's a carry.
As we have the eco round, I can quickly finish my point about LeBron. So obviously LeBron is known because he's able to perform at such a level for so much longer than everybody else, and I forget what the stats are, but you know, statistically, like the amount of hours that he's played and how his level hasn't dropped, there tends to be this correlation between certain amount of hours played in these professional matches and eventually performance just like plummets for most professional basketball players. But LeBron has like defied that. I find that to be very interesting because obviously there is a huge correlation there with age, obviously, because the passage of time.
It's all that horse meat.
But I think he only eats like vegan proteins and stuff like that. And it's like, that's the thing, like if you listen to that podcast, he's like an incredibly specific everything. Like his diet, his sleep regimens, everything's incredibly specific. Like his entire life, like the level of discipline he has is ridiculous.
Someone comes up to you in middle school, say, you're going to make the NBA.
Yeah.
You're probably going to start doing that. And people are going to just come to you, hey, you know, I think you should do this. You should do this. Okay, I'll do it. Spoon-fed greatness when he was a kid.
His goal is that he wants to still be an active professional NBA player, and he doesn't want to retire until his son is playing in the professional, in the NBA. Which is pretty incredible goal, because I think he'd have to be playing still like when he's like 38, 39, 40, something like that.
Kind of posterizing your own son.
When was the last time you were spoon-fed the Bears?
Spoon-fed? Probably a couple weeks ago.
Nice.
I know, it's nice sometimes. Therapeutic.
4-round lead for Cloud9. 4 rounds in a row for Cloud9. 2 of 3 AWPs for INTZ. They've got the Orgs out as well, making fast plays towards the pop dog position. Yell aggressive in Ivy. He's got support as well. And they will start passive towards Ivy Cloud9. Cajun B, keeping them honest. Crosshair ready for a crouch peek, for a crab walk perhaps. 12 and 4 is Cajun B as he starts to move forward, force his players off their angles. No AWP shot. They won't be baited by it. They won't reveal the position just yet, and he may walk into his doom now, Cajun B.
Maybe
is he suggesting a run boost or something?
Yeah, maybe he's baiting them actually. Yeah, I think that might be more likely. honestly.
Might be more of a backstabber in this situation. Let his teammates work outside or ladder.
He feels it, and there you go. Wow, that was close. Credit to Cajun. He's definitely feeling that one.
Yaster out shooting him.
Okay, so you can see that Cloud9 are in a position now where I think the idea was to sort of run a fake towards A and just pressure A between Golden and Cajun B, and then sort of maybe suggest, like, oh, you know, it's a fake. Maybe and try to double fake it, have that opportunity because they have Pop Dog. So they could go into A with some nades and fall back and then split onto the A side. That would have been a really great option. But losing Cajun really limits some of the options. They have to go now just for a simple outside play because without Cajun, the complexity is lost.
Trade in frags will benefit INTZ. 14 seconds for this bomb to get planted. Rush has some cover, some preemptive fire from Golden, and the bomb has been planted. Oh, just as he turns away, he'll get taken out, Rush. Trying to move before the smoke's dissipated. Now Golden versus Ford. Does he stick around and try to clutch this? Does he try and do as much damage as possible with the money they have? There's one spot, somebody upstairs as well, but it'll just be the one kill for him towards the end there. And a 4th round for INTZ. I'll pick up the second AWP again. See if Sand holds on to the silenced M4, if he picks up an AK or an AUG. Slightly more expensive. He's off to collect something. Maybe he's scanning just for grenades. There it is. An AUG has been collected.
Good job by INTZ holding a double alt set up on outside with all those smokes and utilities. Not too easy, but they played it smart. They stayed alive. They fell back. They let Cloud9 plant the bomb because obviously trying to stop the bomb with an AWP, trying to get in their face is a super risky play. Something you don't really need to do, especially when you're up in numbers. But this isn't too good because we saw the other day INTZ really strong CT side, and they only had 3 on their T side on this map, and so Cloud9 only has 7. We have to see a different INTZ today if they want to win. Golden getting 2 kills off to start. KNG switching it out, but oh, automatic top killing KNV on the bomb train.
Finding a lot of consistency when they're attacking outside, as you mentioned before, which is really refreshing to see because a lot of the train that we've watched recently, teams seem very afraid of taking outside and running smokes outside, and I don't understand why, especially considering a lot of those teams sort of have to rely then on mistakes from their opponents.
One thing I did notice a little bit about INTZ so far is that they are playing a lot more passive on their CG side than maybe some teams that play pushed up, like T-Con, Olaf, or E-Box and stuff like that. And so if you try and do these slow outside takes sometimes with Cloud9, and if they're playing up close, it could be really tricky and troublesome trying to look above and where they're kind of pushed on you, and people hit their aim.
Yeah, I think it's one of the things that definitely helps you to deal with teams that like going outside is taking, like, splitting up the offense. Just like you want to split up the defense when you're playing against the CTs. The CTs want to do the same for the Ts. Just prevent them from having a coordination on their attack. And if you let them come through T-Con and Pop Dog at the same timing, you're going to have problems. And so INTZ definitely, I think I agree with you. In response to Cloud9's consistent barrage of the outside through T-Con and Pop Dog, they do need to try and take one of those positions away, or at least have someone in Pop Dog. Force Cloud9 to have to take time at least, and use utility at least, to make sure they get those positions. And I have to say that, like, doing that is difficult because you have to understand the meta where it is on the pro level of how do you hold Pop Dog, like what are the timings, do people do the totem drop, are you going to see 2 Molotovs, like do you push deep with it, you know, how do you set yourself up where you can maximize your efficacy in that position, instead of being in a spot where you don't feel confident to play it, so you just have to give it up and just give something for free to the enemies.
So look at this, Automatic had the first spawn, so Cajun B dropped the AWP to him. Looks like they might try to take this E-Box push again. Oh no. Oh my goodness, what a rush by Automatic.
Wow.
Man mode over here.
That's faster than the pushes we've seen from Hen1, who was the most rabid, aggressive in AWP, and he continues. 2 players remain. Automatic charging through everything. 3 HP. Yell's hand has been forced. He will see the barrel of the gun, surely. Oh, he turns away just at the wrong time. He's in a sandwich. And now it's Zand, 1 versus 3. He may be position unknown. I don't know if he's fired a bullet just yet. Making his way towards main, I would presume. The bomb being planted with lots of cover. But they're looking in almost all the wrong places.
Gotta love automatic. Is he going to get his 4th? Yes, he will. Great round from him.
He flanked Ivy with an AWP from outside. It's so funny.
It's crazy, right? I have to say, yeah, you don't often see that play, but it just goes to show their confidence here. This is just beautiful stuff.
Yeah, good mention Hen 1. Because now that you say that, I remember watching on Immortals how he would just rush the E-box sometimes with an AWP for a spawn. It's like, what in the world?
It'd be absolutely wild. Or just be like out there scoped in versus 5 players. Completely wild stuff. And here we go, Cloud9 charging through again. Golden trying to make his way through on this occasion. Just him though, through the choke points. But he will be smoked out and choked out. Now we've got 3 Cloud9 players remaining, and it's going to be hard to get back into this one. More flashbang plays. They don't spot Yell though by the pop dog position, and just all unanswered frags. This would be a very important 5th round for INTZ.
1v5 for automatic now. It's going to be pretty difficult. Look, missed 5 to 10 for INTZ at the end of the first half. They were bullied, I think it's fair to say, by Cloud9, but can they earn the respect of Cloud9 on the second half? We'll find out soon, but first, a quick break. Welcome back. We're on train. It's map 1 here at the semi-finals between Cloud9 and INTZ. Winner will go up against Furia in the finals tomorrow for a chance to qualify for the ECS finals in London in June. Now, Cloud9 absolutely bullied INTZ in the first half, and I feel like it's fair to say we haven't seen a great T side of train from INTZ when they played it recently. So this does not look good for them.
Yeah, not at all. Cloud9 was, as you said, bullying them, doing whatever they wanted, and it worked. INTZ took a little too many rounds to figure it out and how to stop that.
Ivy smoke.
There we go.
Look at it bounce all over the place. There it goes. Will it land in time? Yes, no frags just yet. They have the information. No, beautiful Destiny getting 2. He did his job. Now it's down to his teammates to finish off the job. And it looks like they might just do that. 4 versus 2 at the moment. Cajun B, though, that's disgusting. Fadeaway headshots. And now he's still got Vice to work with, moving around the train, and it's just left to Cajun B. He's got to find 2 more. He's got to double his score. The bomb's going through towards B. Bomb site, 6 HP for Cajun B. He wonders where the last player has gone, but he'll soon find out.
He's 17 for 6 right now. Will it be 18 for 6, or will Yesa clutch it out? Oh, he's made some steps, hasn't he? He's gone and done it! There should be no way that he pulls this off, but there is this element of question for Yane. He's going to eliminate Stat because he's going to go back, but so will Cajun B. Oh, there was a chance there for Cajun B, but he didn't react quickly enough. Good stuff from Ye, good stuff from Destiny with the double. Bish, bash, bosh. Don't give me that tosh. Okay, so the pistol round's been won. Important. Cloud9. 4 spy? I want to see scouts. I would love to see 5 scouts.
Oh, they're not in the new meta.
No one ever does it.
They're not in the new meta.
No one ever does it. 5 scouts on train. Why wouldn't you do it?
They're stuck in 2018, towards the end of the year. Oh.
Why would you not be someone that did?
I was about to say, I'd love to see a 4-man stack with scouts on B ramp. So even if you're flashed, you've got a fair chance. If you just all shoot, you might, as they go for a fast peek, Ferrari peek.
Kind of like a shotgun approach, you know?
Just blast them like a Megatron. Well, solid start from INTZ. Sand is going to find a lot of information. If he looks to his right-hand side, looks towards the old bomb.
This would be hilarious. Or not.
Or it's giving him time to spread out.
Oh, that was anticlimactic.
Yeah. Run out, man. Strafe with the Mac 10. Die on a sword that way.
Wide swing. Oh, this is kind of promising. INTZ winning 2 rounds already on their T side. That's a plus.
This may be, well, how many more rounds will they win now that Cloud9 have a bye? That is the question. That is the big question, the big Q.
Automatic swapping on the A site is amazing. He's like incredible in those chaotic moments where all the smokes are dropped, people are coming in from all sides. He's insane. He's so fast.
It's like Spider-Man.
And maybe that's not going to be in the picture here because they're just going to run straight through upper. That's actually a beautiful call from INTZ because there's no AWP posted up there. There's no way to stop this. And they've got a 5 versus 4 off the plot. They're charging down the lane, their lanes, and I don't know how Cloud9 will really deal with this. That's an important kill for Automatic because he stops them posting up real deep, but they're going to go for the save. That's very smart. INTZ, great call. Going for the just rush upper. It's one of those spots. It's like it's kind of rock paper scissors sort of thing where you have well, maybe not rock paper scissors, but there are certain openings where you just can't deal with it. It's kind of like for those of you who've watched StarCraft, there are certain timings where you can look. It's like chess as well. Like you just know you've lost. Yeah. And you just have to concede. And it's actually in chess obviously considered bad manners if you don't concede. Same thing in StarCraft as well. Like if you've lost a game, you've just got to concede. And they made the right call there, right at the beginning. Better build order.
And Vice, as you see right here, he's caught in a really bad spot, especially for them coming up. Or ideally, if you're maybe in the area and you hear a rush, maybe you try to fall back against the wall towards oil, so at least it shoves them out. Like they have to wide swing or hop down to kill you. Or if you're lucky, you could swing back around behind bomb train. But again, great call by INTZ. Caught Vice and Cloud9 way off guard.
Yeah, not enough teams go for that. Oh. Golden in the 4 position. This is not bad, actually.
This might catch someone off guard.
Oh. Manages to make it happen. That's the AWP gone straight away. Hamstringing them, but I like this. Action, reaction. Cajun B from the back with a double. And it's down to Vice with the MP9. Okay. This is tough. This is very tough. That range is that's not a good range. But maybe the nade finds that, not quite. 5 HP of damage with that one. Gets the Krieg as well of all guns.
Just hanging in there for so long. The rifle was there.
Hang time.
Let's see a timeout, Cloud9. Slow it down here. Don't want to give KNG momentum.
Back on the buyer, Cloud9. The Augs, the Rifles are out for the most part. Vice will continue with the MP9. He hasn't got a good spawn to go to, say, a Pop Dog, for example, which is one of the places you want to take an MP9. So he'll be alone on the B bomb site. If he focuses on the lower area, then that might just work out for him. INTZ with a focus towards Ivy with 3 players, maybe in response to Cloud9's play from last round. But is this INTZ playing their game or trying to stop Cloud9 from playing theirs? If it's the latter, then timing may be a problem. As the round continues, we see a flashbang to try and force them off the angle. 1 grenade. I thought it might have been a second one, but... Well, they know 2 players are over there.
3?
They hear the...
3? It's an op shot.
Ah, yes, yes, yes. So that's a lot of information, and that will allow Automatic to make a brazen play towards the B-bomb site. Not sure if he realizes a second player is there. But again, I wonder about how time will play a part in this. Golden with a jiggle, and he starts to fall back.
Forcing their way through, however, Cloud9 will reposition. Sand Courts. Cajun doing good work there from Olaf Meister, from Sandwich, I should say. Yeah, he could turn the tables, though. Turn the tide. If he goes for the peak, little does he know. They're both watching the same spot. This is hilarious. Okay, there we go. Now they're both watching the same spot again. Each other's faces, and the MP9 picks it up. That very quick fire rate makes the MP9 very deadly at close range.
Makes it dirty.
I think I might switch back to the M4.
I've been doing the A1.
Is that?
I've been doing the A1.
I've been on the A1 for like a year and a half now, so I feel like it's time to switch.
Oh, so we get something different. But then you have the AUG.
The A1 feels like 1.6 though.
Yeah.
It's like the way that you burst feels like
it's
1.6.
actually really good for if you're a 1.6 burster, which I do find myself sometimes just naturally doing it.
2 bullets, 2 bullets, 2
2 bullets. Yeah, it's really good with 2 bullets, and I think people underestimate the A1, to be honest, because I think it's a really good, a lot better gun than people give it.
Yeah, it's just
for.
It's just not as forgiving. I think you have to be playing a lot. I think you have to always be pretty sharp. I feel like, and then I think it's really rewarding because, as you say, it just. I don't know. It might be also that because that style of play works so well with it that it forces you into a different mind state as well. Because I feel like I'm not going to try to take a spray battle. I'm going to try to peek out, did it, peek back in, reposition, delay, use utility. I feel like a smarter player when I'm using an A1.
A shot, a tag, but Rush has the better angle, it seems, as he's the one who survives the exchange. And Ivy is once again an issue.
Nice
the
flash.
flashbangs are perfect, and this is the kind of thing where I think Cloud9 will be able to string more together despite how fresh the team is. Destiny and Zand do not have much HP between them. They do not have much more than, well, just the 1 kill really. So, not much HP, no position.
Got a phone though.
There are though, they've got a phone yet, but there are 2 sites to defend, and Cloud9 haven't taken any liberties. They're not through Ivy at this point. They're not through main or anything. So INTZ have a fair chance at a 2v2 wherever they choose to go.
It's going to wait out the clock here. 45 seconds left. Zan is going to put himself in the position. He's going to wait for his teammate. He's going to wait for his teammate, but his teammate's not moving. So maybe they're just going to save it out.
He's just enjoying the music, not feeling like they can really even try and trade with the HP they have. Ah, he's going to try and take the AWP, I guess, which is an Ivy. At his feet, you can see it there.
Nice little pickup. And Cloud9 showing really good teamwork this entire round, you know? Those little micro plays, the flash peaks for each other. That's just, it brings a good feeling to my heart.
Yeah,
so an NA team can do that.
This is some of the places where they're throwing those pop flashes as well. It's not a simple task on a map such as Train.
Yeah.
You need to know exactly where you're throwing it.
And
you
also
can't just roughly throw it. It's going to hit a wall or something.
And also you have to time it to where if I'm exposed from ladder or tossing this flash, I got to make sure that these spots are covered as they're doing it, because there's a lot of utility where sometimes you're out in the open if you want to throw the specific nade set.
Yeah, I think it's a good indicator for where Cloud9 have been able to go with the time that this roster has been a thing. That kind of coordination, really good to see. Promising. from Cloud9. Perhaps there are tougher tests to be had on train, but as far as this one is concerned, so far so good. They are 4 rounds away from the first map, from winning the first map of this. Automatic, that timing looks pretty good. He's got Visor to run distraction as well. So again, more coordination we're seeing from Cloud9 across the map. So thumbs up for them.
Oh, INTZ, gotta figure out what to do. You're down one person, very low utility. Can't do a set piece, so try to get a pick. Yaster gets caught out by Automatic, who pushes that lower ramp. And now this looks very dire straits for INTZ. Xanix's going to toss a flash over middle. KNG's not going to move off of that. All that really does is just give away their position and their motives. KGB is going to have a fun time with this.
Forward position for Automatic. KGB up the top as well. Oof. Getting absolutely owned there. 13-9. Cloud9 easily holding this one.
It's almost hard to do any kind of flash executes or flash peaks when you're down in numbers because you just don't know where the CTs are out exactly. And as soon as you throw any nade, you have 2 people looking at that spot immediately. So maybe in that kind of situation, yes, is a very slim round, but give you a better chance. Maybe try going for a pick first. Try to risk it, like wide swing together, and then maybe throw a flash after they see you.
A run boost here. Cloud9 are a team that's, despite any, all the changes and stuff, they have some great players, and I would say as well, you can see that the general quality is there. Sure, it's a core of only 2 in that sense who were a part of that Boston major winning run, but they know how to play Counter-Strike. Oh god, hello. Kanji creeping up the hell position. Should be shut down now, but no. Yeah, with a nice crouch peek, taking down Golden with the Deagle. And now Rush is in a spot of bother. Has to get some help here. Spray transfer good enough for D. Didn't take any damage.
Oh my goodness.
He took 0 damage from those 2 players at all bomb. He didn't get hit once.
He's in a 1 versus 2, and I don't think he's got bullets in the AUG. Still down to the USP. Knows roughly where one player is, has no idea where the other one is, and he'll take one straight in the face. So, as good as it looks, it won't be a great finish in that particular round for Cloud9. INTZ just 3 rounds away, but there is a lot of money on Cloud9. They're good for 1 or 2 buys. And if INTZ can continue to catch up, then they will wipe out the money at a very opportune moment. It's a lovely transfer from Rush, and oh,
I don't know. That's wild.
It was wild indeed. But here we are. 4 AUGs and an AWP for Cloud9. 4 AKs and an AWP for INTZ. 3 rounds behind. Much more work to do for the Brazilian squad.
They still play that song outside?
Yeah, for like last 3 years or whatever.
Why? Why the same song?
So many questions, the Bears.
We should go ask them sometime. You guys got to mix it up. You could be their business coach.
They got to pay me, though. I don't do it for free.
All right, well, that's maybe why they're playing the same song for the last 3 years, mate. Okay, we've got the push coming into the B-bomb sites, and Vice will be close.
Oh, God.
Gets this out.
Oh, God.
Good couple, and that's enough damage there. The bomb will go down, but there's no assistance. There's lots of utility for Cloud9 to throw in there. Kianji with the AWP is down, and you need that AWP to be firing off in this kind of a round. Stand in a 1 versus 4. They got the utility for days to lock them out. Smokes, mollies, flashes, HEs, players, insults.
Confidence. Ghana.
Ghana?
Ghana.
What, the country? They have the country of Ghana?
Maybe so. Maybe so.
4 players survived for Cloud9, so we spoke about the economic pressure. It won't be a thing for INTZ, it doesn't seem. Just the 1 frag, just not enough at the moment. And they will be forcing through. Yell picking up a scout on the T side. They are well equipped for, well, the rest of the team are in terms of weaponry. They've got a fair chunk of utility as well, so this might be last chance saloon on train for INTZ. Again, with a focus towards Ivy, which has been a problem for them. Cloud9 have been quite the nuisance in a number of different rounds. There is a run boost peek from KNG, goes past the angle, no one there. Golden will deploy his smoke. Better equipped Cloud9. They've got position. They haven't been compromised anywhere. They're close to, well, they're in Pop Dog. Cajun Beak is close to main as well. And they've got plenty of flashbangs for those pop flash plays later on.
Pop flash for days. Golden, you're gonna keep risking it? Ooh. Now he backs away. But INTZ is set on wanting to take this Ivy. And standard smokes and flashes. Yell. He's kind of bopping around trying to find any opening. Cloud9's going to smoke out team middle. Yell has to respect that, has to fall back. And it looks like Bomb's going to a little indecisive. It's going to go towards Ivy. And here they go.
Automatic ready and waiting, posted up on this exact position. And it's an easy shot for him. He's got the perfect position indeed. And they'll get him down eventually, but they've taken heavy losses in the effort. And Cajun B, just don't expect to get peach for a sandwich at that time, and it's too much to deal with. Kianji alone.
Who is that? Golden, what are you doing?
What? Yeah, what are you doing?
What are you
Well,
doing,
there's no time, so he wants to...
He's trying to bait the shot. He wants to take AWP away. This is an important weapon for them to hold, and Cloud9 had the money to gamble a few players. You can see Russia's got 10k, so they're just trying to take the weapon away.
I wish you could throw knives in this game like Soldier of Fortune 2.
I really don't.
Soldier of Fortune 2 was so good.
Soldier of Fortune
Do you play that
2.
game?
Oh my goodness, I remember that from
It's like-
2002
It's like
or
the
something.
perfect hybrid of Quake and CS. It was amazing.
A lot of my roommates back then used to play that game.
It was a super sick competitive
They were
game.
Quake players, so
Yeah,
that makes
Soldier of
sense.
and I played a lot of CS.
And no
It was
internet.
Perfect.
So I just played one player for Soldier of Fortune. Shotgun blowing people's legs off.
Yeah.
But let's see if INTZ can blow some legs off in this round and stay in this game of Train, because they're against Game Point and they are fighting with pots and pans and an AWP and an AK-47.
Ooh.
That's a pretty good start. That weapon is not retrievable. That would certainly help, but at least it's a pick.
The old play in front of the smoke. I love it. He won't be finding much love from it though. Destiny out there in sandwich, and things are getting a bit awkward now. Okay, what's happening here? The guy's in a 1 versus 5. He's just like, guys, why you put me in this position?
Why did everyone peek one by one? Is probably what he's asking.
Yeah, any rush with any money as well, really. Actually, I can't see Golden's money in this camera angle. Or that one.
Yeah, they probably
There we
should
go.
have.
There you go.
2,300. So I thought maybe it would be like 6,300 or something, but no, 2,300. So
Well, maybe now chasing the AWP will have a role to play in these rounds to come.
It's a round loss bonus. It has to be more than 2, right? It has to be like on the. It has to be 4+.
You can see it right there.
Yeah, but
got
it's
the
not.
sweat.
But look on top, it's not. Am I just going crazy here?
no, so it was showing no round loss because they won the last rounds.
But then it like
That's
carries
why we got
on.
the abacus. No one knows what's going on anymore. That's why the abacus is there. Okay. Well. Yeah, I guess it's minimal because Cloud9 have been winning most of the rounds. Well then, Automatic. What is your play, sir? It's Automatic versus the world. He needs to make something happen. So looking towards main, aggressive to start with, no one there. I think this is an interesting round to watch Automatic because he needs to open up the round for his team. So the rest of Cloud9 right now are irrelevant beyond the point that they need to stay alive. He needs to find where these players are and do something, and he can use his team. I mean, well, you've got some initial spray and so on towards B. You can see that on the radar, what's going on, the normal harassment. But this is all standard stuff, so it's not like a lead they can take and try to capitalize on. Rush doing what he can. Automatic will be still holding on to that main position. Surely they come in there eventually, and he misses his shot. He waited so long, but he strafed before firing. And now he's in an awkward spot, but it seems to be going his way. He sees the barrel of the gun. Up the ladder he goes, down ladder he goes. He wishes he could see someone to shoot. The flashes will deny him yet more.
Nice. Vice found the bomb. And you might get another 1 versus 1 as well. I think Destiny's just got legged by the AWP of Automatic outside as well. And the grenade comes out at the worst possible moment. But they have the info of the bomb is in. There's a weird, crazy flick from Golden to take down Destiny. A 2 versus 2 retakers on the cards for Cloud9. And we're going to get Golden up around the flank. Kianji. Oof, and Golden, it's all about timing. Oh, he gets a leg on him. That's very unfortunate. Golden has no idea where he is, though.
Sound.
And that's surely going to be it here. Oh, it's close, but
he's not going to be happy with those 2 shots he missed.
Yeah,
because he will feel like he should have got both those guys. So, but it's something you shouldn't worry about too much here. Vice will be like, oh god, could have won the round as well, but there's still 3 more opportunities to do so. Is there an AWP on the floor? There is. And he's got a good spawn as well, Automatic.
What he's gonna do? Oh, he's gonna Molotov and do some standard nading towards that T middle. Oh, sees a feet, does like KMG, but not getting the kill.
Beautiful stuff from Automatic.
Continues hyper aggressive.
Yeah, even more aggressive than he was in the previous rounds. And there's Destiny taken out. They've lost a main early on. And that's gonna slow down INTZ. I mean, they may be been playing slower anyway, but it's gonna thwart what they want to do, because that's an issue that they may feel compelled to deal with, although they're just going to move away from that space. You think with A main, you might put extra people towards the B bomb site, and you have to kind of expect that, I think, as a T player. But maybe they have no other choice. But they're playing against game points as well, so this is a high-pressure situation for INTZ.
There it is. The nades will be soaring into the B-bomb site. Automatic with another miss, but that's okay. Vice picks up 1, and Automatic still has all the play left in the rounds. And all he needs is 1 more, and it really cripples INTZ. Oh, that would have been it, but Rush is up to him now on this flank as he creeps forwards, finds himself 1. The second a bit too difficult. Cajun comes from the same position. Now on for the 1 versus 1. The pressure on the bomb with the smoke as he starts to go for the defuse, forcing his opponent forwards. Yeah, he has to push forwards, and Cajun can't get it.
Wow.
Automatic's missing a lot of shots, man.
Yeah.
And it has to play in the back of your mind.
He's normally so good.
He had a really cool angle at the back of the B bomb site though, where he could just about see in the circle of his scope if people were pushing the sidewalk, but he was focused on the left-hand side. That was a really awesome angle. So I'll try and pick that one up. But Cloud9 are in eco territory. They've basically got 1 opportunity now to take this in normal time. And again, even though you miss a few shots here and there, you'll be like, oh, forget about it and so on. It's like, while you want to, you might not be able to, such as the nature of a human being. That might put him off in the next round. We shall have to see.
Your mind says no, but your body says it.
The loss bonus is not spectacular for them either, Cloud9, at this juncture. So INTZ may be spurred on with confidence. And if they win these next 2 rounds, then surely momentum is in their favor going into overtime. But first they need to get there. This should be an easy round for them. Although with 4 players alive and a deagle here and there, I make no assumptions.
There we go.
That was quick.
It's over with. Thank God. Okay, into the business end of train. What do we got? Any AWPs here? Perhaps
Rush.
not.
You know you want to AWP Rush. No, he doesn't.
He does not. Kianji with the AWP and Cloud9. I wonder if they'll go for any shenanigans. It would be good to see them shut down T-Con and Popdog. Let's get aggressive. 4 towards A at the beginning. As per the huge. Fast outside play from INTZ. And they'll get traded straight away. That's not bad. 4 versus 4. They're gaining position on the map, though. That's what's important. I love it. The A set piece, the flames all over the place. Can Cloud9 hold it, though?
They wait around, the smoke start creeping, rush up close. I don't know if that can be heard of all the action going on. There's a trade, and there's a trade straight back. INTZ in a good position, but things could really turn around pretty quickly in a 2 versus 3. They have control of the bomb, INTZ. It's in the hands of Yell at the moment. But they will use the time on the clock to decide where to go, serving some smoke grenades towards the A site, but not committing just yet. We've got Destiny creeping for the most part, but the longer they wait, the better positions Cloud9 might be getting into. Automatic to move to the Ivy position, which would make it really hard to plant a bomb on the A bomb site. And again, they're still just waiting and waiting and waiting, but the clock is your friend until it becomes your enemy, so you've got to respect it. There's one player spotted, but there's an instant trade from KNG. And now Vice has a lot of information. They have no idea where he is.
They haven't committed the bomb plant yet either. This is very interesting. I do like that they slowed it down a lot. I think, as we saw, it often forces a mistake from your opponents who are on the CT side. As they have more, it's more important for them to get position, but Vice is going to walk straight into the AWP, so it works out. Overtime. INTZ, they've somehow brought it to overtime. Credit to them, but can they close it? We will find out after this short break. You may find yourself rubbing your eyes and blinking rapidly to understand whether you're seeing this right. 15-15 somehow. It's true. INTZ made the comeback all the way and brought it to overtime. Cloud9, they were ready to take it for so long. There was a good 5, 6, 7 rounds where we're like, okay, they're going to win the game now. But they never got there, and now maybe there is some despair because they've got to fix some things. Automatic started missing some shots, man. EB was playing so well for ages.
Yeah, for a while, and look at INTZ going to kind of continue with the smoke sandwich area. They've been smoking the sandwich all the time. Golden doing his golden thing. We've seen him do this probably at least 3-4 times, pushing the Ivy. INTZ is not going to be caught by it, and it's a ruse.
A ruse.
And here comes the execute.
Two players moving out of the main position. Rush can't repeat. He's got 1 HP. Yeah, he gets 2 for the price of 1. And naded for his teammate, but not for too much damage. Golden lining up for him. He'll fall to the flames, though. 3 versus 2 in favor of INTZ for a second, but Automatic is on the site. He might spot the legs as well. They've got to be careful, but he retreats. Now, they have position INTZ. They don't know where the second player is. He has no idea where he can plant the bomb, but Automatic's just crept back out again, and he will deny the bomb plant as well. So cheeky. And there's more we can say about that in a second. KNG, he had a chance, he took his shot, but he missed it. That reminds me of the play Automatic makes on Cash when he opens the squeaky door on the CT side, goes in squeaky, sees no one there, then he leaves, closes the door, then goes back in again as if in case someone's hiding behind the wall. And he's got frags like that before, so it seems like a similar a version of something similar here on Train, and it is beautiful. So maybe he's just made up for those missed shots from earlier.
Great play by Cloud9 in that situation. Really pulling a win out of nothing. Flashes coming in T-Con. Do a little damage to KNG. And looks like Cloud9's going to do a pop flash. Ivy Golden again, relentless on this Ivy peek. He does take out KNG. Huge kill, taking out the upper. But INTZ, they trade back. Now Automatic does the waiting game. Who is going to peek first?
Who is going to peek first? Or is it the old LD Dota advert? Remember that one, James?
LD Dota advert?
Yeah, whereas, you know, he's like, who will do this?
Oh,
who
is it him
will
doing that?
Yeah, it's LD.
I didn't know it was him.
Good old LD. He's a fine gentleman. It's quite the waiting game, isn't it? Quite the waiting game, but I think Rush will have the better of this with Cajun B on that bait setup. Doesn't even matter if Cajun B falls back. Destiny, is he going to peek this?
Oh, he's got the bomb.
Oh, he does have the bomb.
Oh, no! What are you doing? No!
Mates!
Well, it's 0-0 for Cloud9, but it's a yes for INTZ. 3 versus 3. Yell starting to wipe out the players on the A bomb side. Molly's towards the connector position. That could have been everything for Cloud9, and it might just be nothing. Feist in a 1 versus 3. I don't know what the money situation is. Maybe he can go for it. Regardless, creeping around the smoke, he's too close to it. He gets taken out. And
what's so insane is that if Rush kills him, which he probably likely does, he just wins the round. The round is over. That's the bomb. They
didn't see. Oh, the timing is brutal. Absolutely brutal.
That is mental.
That has got to be so frustrating. CS:GO timing. Sees the bomb on the radar afterwards as well. So I can't believe this has happened. Both teams don't have money for the most part. Vice back on Old Faithful and MP9 towards the B bomb site, and it's KNG's turn to charge out of main.
He out there. Totem pole drop. Cloud9 look a little bit stifled. Let's see what's happening there. What's that? Wow. Wow, 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 wow.
All right.
Wow.
This is getting wet and wild. The bomb is over towards the B-bomb sites already, and it will be INTZ with a 1-round lead at half-time. That was violent. It was crazy. It was fast. And it went in favor of the Brazilians.
Oh, wait a minute. So, wait, look at this. Valens is on the coach for Cloud9, not Rambo. I wonder what the reason is.
We shall have to ponder.
Sit smell.
Let's see. 2 AWP straight away for the CT side of INTZ. Now, we know what the implications are. If they get wiped out, completely wiped out, then they may have problems closing out this half. But they'll go into it with confidence, momentum on their side. So let's see what they can do. 3 orgs, 2 AWPs. It is dangerous. The HE straight away. Could have waited a second or two, but I guess he was exposed to main, so he'll quickly drop the smoke and play the safe way, Destiny, or safe as possible. Ivy smoked off, and this might be a slow one for Cloud9.
Making distraction, trying to spam through the smoke. Make sure that no one's creeping up, trying to push through like he's been doing that entire CT side. Oh, 9 though, they're going to fall back. They do have Vice making a ruckus inside, throwing that smoke lower. This does pull out KNG to over-rotate to the Z. But him able to flash, and no noise. It's not going to convince INTZ just yet. Rightly so, because Cloud9, they're about to hit upper right now, and Yell, he's kind of in a weird spot here. You have the Yaster to hold him off, and they do hold off 2 in ladder. INTZ with person advantage.
Yell with the orb close. This could be explosive. Oof. Okay, he's gonna not have to do really all that much. His teammates will do all the work. And Cloud9 are getting butchered.
Getting bamboozled.
So they are.
Here they
in
come.
a really weird spot now. Facing a timeout loss. No one's towards the B bomb site, however. So he may just survive. So INTZ were able to stop any early aggression from Cloud9. The smokes towards Ivy and bits and bobs elsewhere. On the T side, Cloud9 was successful. I mean, they changed the pace towards the end of their T half, where they started going really fast and getting super aggressive with mixed results. But after neutering the initial intentions of Cloud9, they didn't seem to be able to get themselves into the round. And now we've got INTZ at game point. So a turn of favor here, but it's up to them. They've got 2 chances to close this out now.
2 chances to close it. It feels like they will. It feels like Cloud9 kind of almost checking out of this one already. We'll have to see if there'll be a late resurgence as they start to pressure Ivy. They need 2 to secure just another overtime. Yaestar on the position spots him. And
oh no.
It's really delayed the trade there, and yeah, he's gonna have it. It's, oh, they're getting crushed. It looks like that might be a wrap for this one, because just Rush is alone in the 1v4. Once again, it feels like all those pot flashes, the great utility plays, the timings, the spacings, all these things that Cloud9 were able to use to their advantage to crush INTZ. It's gone missing. That's 19-16. Well played, INTZ. Didn't expect this,
wow.
I've got to say. I don't think many did, but they have taken map 1 of this series.
I can't, I mean, it's just, at one point, Cloud9 was what, up, like 15-10 or something like that? They were at match point, and one of those rounds, they all spread out, they play a lot of 1v1 fights and whatnot, and then they horribly lost that round because INTZ was on a 4-buy. It was like, I think, like 2 people had guns and then the rest had like pistols or whatnot. And after that round, after Cloud9 lost that round, a whole different team. For INTZ, well, one, they had a lot more confidence. In Cloud9, they kind of, as you said, the pop flash that we saw, the teamwork, the coordination, kind of went out the window for the last, I don't know, 8-9 rounds that we saw them play. Kind of curious as what happened. Like, what happened mentally with Cloud9 during that last half of that match? Completely gone, and it's really actually unfortunate to see them lose and drop the ball like this, because this match was in their hands. Look at 15-10, and this round right here, look, they kept peeking one by one, a lot of 1v1 fights, and it's just upsetting to see a dumb mistake like that happen to a team like Cloud9.
They went for the dry peaks and got salmonella. Hopefully they can recover by the time the second match starts. Because goddamn.
Yeah, it's rough. You'd expect them to be able to have a good shot at bouncing back, but good performance from Cajun B. You can see him right at the top of the scoreboard. A quiet but very powerful performance from him, which is always good to see. He's been underplayed, downplayed, as we mentioned before in some of his previous lineups. And you know, Zans and Ye really stepping it up there for INTZ. It'd be cool to see if they can continue that in fashion. Now, we are going to be going to a second map pretty shortly here, so please stay with us. We'll be back after the break for map 2 of this series to find out who will join, who will make the finals in week 3.